Okay, easy tricks for your non-technical summary. That's what I promised in the program. You know me by now. I'm an ethicist and the communications advisor of the Animal Welfare Body at Utrecht. So many researchers come to me and they have very, very clever ideas about their research, and they want to apply for a project license, but they don't know how to tell it to the audience, or they try, but yeah, sometimes they fail a little bit, and I try to help them. My first trick is, as simple as it sounds, use simple words. But for scientists, that's not always easy. So you should use normal everyday words that people, you talk to in the streets, that people you talk to on a party would use. And I will give you a few examples. Many researchers think that they can use words like intravascular, subcutaneous, neuron, epistaxis in their NTS. But I would advise you not to, because for the broad audience, for the lay people, these are really difficult words. And it's hard for you to think about more easy words. I know that because you're in the middle of your expertise and these words are so normal to you. But what they mean, and sometimes I myself have to look them up, it means in the veins, under the skin, a neuron is a nerve cell, and epistaxis can be translated into nose bleeding. So how do you find these words? There are easy tricks to do that. You can use a dictionary, you can use Wikipedia, you can simply Google it. That's what I do when I receive non-technical summaries from researchers, and I don't always understand all the technical terms. Then I Google it, and then I find the words to tell the audience what it means. The second trick is that you take a specific look at the title of the project. The title should be short and clear. And I know I see that there's a misunderstanding here, that often researchers think that the title should be the exact title of the project itself, because it says so in the form. It says title of the project. But the title should be the title of the NTS, so a shorter, easier title. And here again, I will give you an example. This is the title of research that's done in Utrecht, and it's called in situ tissue engineering of vascular access grafts. This is a nice title for the project because it's already short. But of course, the researchers wanted to make it more understandable for the public, and that's a very good idea. So they made it like this: creating new vessels for patients with kidney failure through local tissue constructions. And that indeed is very clear. But at the moment, when I put it on our website, I thought it's still a bit long. So it should be shorter. And so this is a solution. You could say new blood vessels for patients with kidney failure. So now you see how easy this is to understand for lay people. The third trick I would like to give you is that you use short sentences. And again, it's so obvious, it's so simple, but it may be difficult to do. So just check your NTS for long sentences and simply cut them in pieces. It's as easy as that. So this is a sentence I found in an NTS, in the NTS European database, and it goes like this. Freshwater bathing, although effective at removing the amoeba from the gills, can result in increased level of fish mortality due to the stress associated with exposure to freshwater when the salmon have reached a saltwater life stage. So it's a rather clear sentence. It's understandable, but it's far too long. If you're not used to reading long sentences, you can get lost somewhere in the middle. So why not put a dot in the middle? So this is what I made of it. Freshwater bathing removes the amoeba from the gills. Dot. On the other hand, it can lead to more salmon dying of stress. Sorry, they reach a saltwater life stage. So I made it shorter, I cut it in two, and I took away the part that says associated with, because it wasn't necessary. The fourth point I would like to make is about objectives and benefits. There's a slight difference between the two. When the NTS form asks you about the objectives and the benefits, it shouldn't be, like one topic. I think there's a difference. The objectives are, what are you trying to find or do? So you could start off with that. We're trying to find a medicine for this or that. And then you get to the benefits. How will this benefit patients, society, or science? And this could be done, this could be formulated in terms of like less pain for specific patients, less people absent from their work. That could be an economic benefit, or scientific knowledge about this or that. Then there's the predicted harms. And I think it's important there to focus more on what will the animals experience. I know it's normal in science that things should be measurable, noticeable. You should be able to see them or to hear them or to measure them. So what I often hear or read in the NTSs is that the predicted harms are something like there can be weight loss for the animals. But actually that is what you measure, but it's not what the animals experience. And I know that is difficult because, we don't know what the animals experience, do we? So, but yeah, we should take more the perspective of the animal. And why is that? Because that's what's important to the audience. So this could be an example. Mice are operated in the stomach under anesthesia. These are facts, so there's no problem there. But it tells you what the mice are experiencing. Then, after recovering, they might experience pain and or an overall bad feeling. This is not for 100% certain, but it is, quite plausible that they will experience something like that. And here the word might, or what it is in your language, is useful because you can then, using that word, you can explain something about what the animals experience without being 100% sure. Point 6 is the spelling, and yeah, this as well is rather obvious. Please use spelling control. I still find typos, double spaces, other mistakes that aren't necessary because the spelling check would take them out. So please use it. Then this is specific for Dutch spelling because the NTS has to be formulated in the language of the country, of course, we all know that. So for the Dutch and for those interested in language, we have this specific issue, compositions or samenstellingen. That would say that when in English you use words like medication use, leukemia survival rate, MS research, combinations of nomina, you should glue them together in the Netherlands in Dutch. So that would mean words like medicijngebruik, leukemie-overlevingskans, MS-onderzoek. And I think the third one is special because when there's an abbreviation, you should still glue it together, but with the hyphen, the small hyphen. So yeah, please do that. Then in the middle, there's this long word, leukemie-overlevingskans, of course, is not a nice word to read. So it's always allowed to use the hyphen to make a long word more readable, but you can't separate them. So they should be together, but you can use a hyphen. That's always possible in Dutch spelling. And then finally, the best thing to do, of course, is to turn it around and describe it more so that you don't have these long combinations of words. Leukemie-overlevingskans would then be de kans om leukemie te overleven, the chance to survive leukemia, or onderzoek naar MS, instead of MS-onderzoek. Those are solutions you can choose between. And then finally, please ask for help. So one of the advices I often give is that you call someone. Call your mum, your dad, your aunt, your friend, someone who's not into your type of research, not into medical research at all. Just tell them what you're doing. Try to summarize your research and write down the words you use, because I'm sure you know the words, but when you're writing, it's more difficult to find them than when you're talking. And finally, you could always go to your communications department. Every organization has a communications department, and I'm sure the people are willing to help, just like I am. So please take advantage of that opportunity and ask them for help. So you can reach me through this address if you have any more questions. MRA Janssens. Check all the S's there and at uu.nl. Thank you.